Welcome back to the Honeywave Media YouTube channel. My name is Taylor Grote. Today I'm going to be taking you through my run and gun videography and photography backpack. It's the one backpack that I keep fully loaded with everything that I need for a quick day shoot, and we're going to go through it piece by piece. First things first, this is the backpack I use. It is the Low Pro Tactic 450 AW. I am a big fan of it. I went through a ton of shitty backpacks before I landed on that one, and I'm very glad I spent a little extra money to get a backpack that has all of the space and all of the dividers I need, so I highly recommend that one. Inside the backpack, I have two camera bodies. I have my Canon 5D Mark III and my Panasonic LUMIX GH5. The 5D Mark III is what I use for 99.9% of all my photos, and the GH5 is the camera I use for most of my run and gun video projects. Right now we're shooting on my Canon C200, which is what I use for anything that requires a little bit more heft than the GH5 is able to do. And with those cameras, as far as lenses go, the Canon has the EF mount. I have the 16-35 f2.8 L series. I have all the L series zooms pretty much. I have the 70-200 and the 24-70 all at 2.8. And then I got these kind of crappy little Yongnuo prime lenses just to test them out. I have the 50mm as well as the 35mm, and they're actually surprisingly solid quality. The autofocus is pretty crappy, but maybe in the future I'll do a review video on those because they're honestly worth the $50 investment or whatever it is. For my GH5, I have the Leica 12-60. It's a fine lens. It's a variable aperture, which I'm not in love with. And I also have the 25mm prime from LUMIX. And disclaimer, I don't really care much for the GH5 at all. I'm going to be getting rid of it in the near future and going towards a Canon R5 or R6. Just haven't really made up my mind yet on that. And I keep 3 batteries for each one of those cameras. You always have to have extra batteries. There's nothing worse than being out on a shoot and running out of battery. It's very embarrassing and makes you look pretty stupid in front of a client. So I try not to do that. Also inside the backpack, you will find my iPad and an Apple Pencil that I usually keep for any type of client meetings. I like to take notes on it. It's really convenient to be able to go back to any client on any day and go back through what the specific notes from that meeting were. That note-taking is all done through the Penultimate app. I'm a big fan of it. It is the best note-taking app I've come across on the iPad, and I might be completely wrong on that, but who cares? And this is my MacBook. It's the 2020 MacBook Pro. It's the 16-inch or whatever it is. It is pretty much spec'd out, and I highly recommend just getting the best MacBook that you can afford because it will make your life so much easier. If you are watching this and you say, Taylor, you could get way better specs for a lower price on a PC laptop, I do not care. I don't want to hear the rest of the argument. I don't want you to ever bring that up. Ever. It's so annoying. Also inside my backpack is this SSD that I have. It is the SanDisk, also inside the backpack I have the SanDisk SSD portable hard drive. It's pretty convenient. I think this one is, this one's 1 terabyte, and combined with the 2 terabyte hard drive that I have inside my laptop, it gives me plenty of space to keep any project that I'm working on with me while I'm on the go and have a pretty quick backup solution even on set. I have this Pelican case-esque contraption that holds my SD cards. Right now there's one SD card and an adapter in there because they are strewn about my desk. And I also keep this carbon fiber tripod. It's kind of an off-brand one, but it really gets the job done. I'm a fan of the twisting locks rather than the snapping ones because, I don't know, I think the snapping ones always tend to fall off, or I got these employees, they're always pulling the knobs off of everything. So these are the lowest margin of error that I've found so far. I also have this little, I guess, ace up my sleeve. It's called the Aperture Amaran AL-M9 Lighting Up, and it's just this little light that's about the size of a credit card, and it's actually come in handy on a few shoots where I needed to, you know, just get a little bit of light on something real quick, and it's pretty bright, pretty small. It's about the size of a credit card. I would say I highly recommend it, but I remember it being pretty expensive, so Inside the backpack is this SD card reader that plugs into a USB-C. After all that shit I just talked about PCs, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say I'm sorry, because I don't understand why an SD card doesn't plug into my MacBook Pro. So I need to take this thing with me everywhere. This honestly defies logic. I also have these Sennheiser EW100G3 lavalier wireless mic packs. I love them. I used to have the Rode wireless, I think I had the Filmmaker kit. I still have them, they're all right, but honestly the Sennheiser lav kit is just far superior. I like the sound off it, it's a little bit more reliable, and it doesn't give me any problems, so I can recommend that all day. And I have these 2 packs of AA batteries, also very important. I actually specifically buy the cheap batteries. In here right now we have the Rayovac High Energy. I do that because the Duracells and whatever the other good ones are last like much longer than the cheap batteries, but these lav kits, I basically do like a full day filming thing on them and just assume at the end of the day I'm gonna throw out the batteries anyway, which is they're usually dying by the end of the day. So it works out about perfectly, and I would just be wasting my money by buying the more expensive batteries. So, you know, take that advice and do with it what you will. But that's pretty much everything that's in my backpack. I also keep some lens cleaners and some little cases to keep some of the stuff in, but nothing too exciting. You can figure that crap out on your own. Until next time, this is Taylor Grote. Thanks.